Hi guys, welcome to another beer review. I'm having technical difficulties on a Google Hangout, so I thought I need a new beer. I'm going to get one and I'm going to do a review while I'm here. So this is another beer from FrauGruber, and these guys are out of, not too sure because I can't read that because my eyes are terrible. Links there down below as always with these beer reviews, and this is the 24/7, which is an unfiltered Helles beer, clocking in at 5.1%. Best for is 14th of the 10th 2017 in a pretty little 330ml can with a wrap on label. Love the artwork. Had the yeast is beast, does it? Nah, it's not called yeast is beast. The Belgian style IPA, which I didn't pick upon when I was doing the beer review, but that was a beautiful beer. That was a 10 out of 10 beer. That was an absolutely gorgeous IPA. So I've got high hopes for this beer. Picked this up in Munich at a place called Getränke Oase. Terrible pronunciation. Links are down below to check them out. Wonderful little shop. A very big surprise to me. It's such a great range, and I got some pretty damn interesting beers from there. And yeah, I've wanted to try a few of the FrauGruber beers before, and I like a good Helles beer, so I'm interested to see, with it being an unfiltered Helles beer as well, what they do with the style, because I like very traditional Helles beers, as you guys know. I'm a real advocate for those types of beers. And here in Germany, there's a really big discussion going on about the Reinheitsgebot and stuff like that. And, you know, it could potentially get a little bit ugly, depending on who you talk to and that sort of thing. But I think healthy debate is a good thing, especially with an ever-evolving industry like the craft beer industry. Don't know what point I was making with that, but yeah, I'm interested to see how they tackle this, because it's one of my favourite styles. So let's get the craft can porn out of the way. Oh, that was a good pop on it. It's great to see German craft beer in a can as well. I'm a big fan of that. And hopefully I can get these wrap off labels up without being too much hassle, because I really love the design and I want to keep it. So I could smell the hops already, but it's not overly hoppy. But yeah, you could definitely tell it's an unfiltered lager. Look at that. Haze for days. Lovely golden straw-like colour to it. Nice gentle carbonation. The last can that I had, Yeast is King, I think that's what it was called. Not Yeast is Beast. That's a good name for a beer though, or a progressive rock band. But yeah, the last can I had was quite active, but it settled down quite quickly. This is a little bit more reserved, but you get some tiny action in there as I rock the glass back and forth. About one finger's worth of, well, it's more like a lining of head. And yeah, it looks like an unfiltered Helles lager so far. So let's get a proper sniff of the aroma. Proper sniff of the aroma? That doesn't make any sense. Proper sniff of the beer. Yeah, I've had a couple tonight, folks. And you know what? You get that hoppy, like sort of like pale ale American hop sort of character, but thankfully that Helles beer aroma comes through really, really nicely. That slight, like damp aroma, a little bit savoury, a little bit sweet, a little bit of muskiness in there. But you get a lovely subtle orangey aroma and a little bit more of a pronounced lemon character, which I'm associating with the hops. I could be completely wrong. I'm 90% wrong anyway, so you don't watch me for like professionally recorded reviews with pinpoint precision on tasting notes. But yeah, it smells like a lager. It smells like Helles beer with a little bit more of a hop character, but not too much. It's like almost yeastiness, got a really nice dense breadiness to it. But then that orangey lemony character comes through really, really nicely. It smells really good in the glass. Let's see what it tastes like. Prost. It's a lovely beer. That's 2 out of 2 that have been really good so far. You get that traditional Hellas character coming through. A little bit more muskiness, a little bit more denseness, but it's still got a not a light body, but a lower medium crisp mouthfeel to it. Very gentle hop character in there. I mean, you get that traditional spicy Hellas hop flavour in there with like some like hallertau or something of that degree. And you get that like earthiness, you get that gentle spiciness, that little bit of pepperiness. But it's lifted a little bit by a very slight American hop character. Lovely bitterness on the back end as well. That really complements the beer perfectly. Swirl it around to see how unfiltered it is, see if there's any little bits and bobs when we pour it all in. That's what I like about, he says, and he fucking spews out the top of the can. You can give it a good swirl without losing too much. There we go. Let that stand for a second. Let's annoy the purists out there. Look at that. Don't know why I'm doing that, to be honest. Nice and foamy in there. Slightly looks like a cream pie. Why did I have to lower the tone like that? It's just drooling. It's just drilling out the can now. Yeah, that's a lot of foam. But back on track, and yeah, beer's not really changed too much. Has almost like a slight wit beer look to it. But yeah, you could definitely tell that it's a Hellas beer first and foremost, and that's the important thing for me with beers like this. Yeah, it's more along the lines of like a Keller beer, maybe, or something along that sort of branch of the Hellas style, lager style, I should say. But you could tell what it is, and it's not completely destroyed by hops, which I do really appreciate. It's a simple beer. It's a really simple beer with some slight tweaks to what you would expect. A little bit more earthiness and breadiness, thanks to the fact that it's unfiltered. And yeah, FrauGruber have done another absolutely wonderful job with this beer. Is it the best Hellas beer that I've had recently? No, but it's still a very high quality and intriguing little beer. So in terms of a rating then on the FrauGruber 24/7 unfiltered Hellas beer, I'm going to give that one an 8 out of 10. It's a lovely little beer, and yeah, it's going to go down so well. It's so crushable, even though it's got a bit more girth to it than a regular Hellas, because the fact that it's unfiltered. It's got a bit more weight to it. But yeah, definitely a crushable beer. Tasty. It's what you expect from a Hellas with a little bit more of an oomph. But I am still very traditional when it comes to a Hellas beer. Just going to say it again. Augustina. Perfect beer for me. Absolutely love it. Not many beers can touch that one. So I'll always have that benchmark there. And I know that could be a terrible thing to do, but do you know what? I'd happily buy this beer again. FrauGruber. Hopefully the next one is going to be as good as the last two that I've had. God, that Yeast is King was a beautiful, beautiful IPA. Really, really was. And I like these because they've got little twists and turns to the styles that I really appreciate. But they don't bastardise the style too much, which is, again, something that I really appreciate. Because why brew a Hellas beer and then just overly hop it so all you taste is hops? What is the point? Just make a pale ale or an IPA. Just brew a good quality Hellas beer. And this is what these guys have done. I'm so thankful for that. And I think a lot more German craft brewers need to do that, because the Hellas beer is a beautiful style. Doesn't matter if you're for or against the Reinheitsgebot. That's a beer style to be proud of in the world of shitty macro lagers. And yeah, that's me off my soapbox. I've got a beer tubers chat to carry on. And yeah, check out FrauGruber, check out Getränke Oase. I don't even think that's how it's even spelt. I've probably completely butchered that. Beautiful little shop. Check out my Hellas Lager playlist down below, and hopefully you will join me next time for another beer review. So yeah, I don't think I'll be doing any more beer reviews tonight because I kind of struggle doing this one. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later. Cheers.